Hello, hello. It is Wednesday, 8 o'clock. So it's time for the A to Z series. I'll give it a few minutes if anybody wants to join me live. Hopefully you guys had a great Wednesday. The pollen that is flying around where I live now is driving me insane. I seem to be fine, and then I go outside and feed the animals, and then it's like, bam, it's me again. So yeah, I got my lavender lemon peppermint going in the diffuser, in the roller, on my feet. So yeah, no fun. So tonight we are talking about wintergreen. That is our A to Z. We're up to the W's, so we're getting close to having to being close to done with the oils. And when we're done with the oils, then we're going to start in on the supplements and some of the other products. And maybe we'll just kind of go through groupings of those. So like maybe all the On Guard stuff, and then yeah, some of the skincare, and just kind of we'll work our way through all those things. But tonight we are talking about wintergreen. And I am Tamara with our Big Oily family. If this is your first time watching one of these, thanks so much for being here. Really glad you're joining us. Yeah. If you pop on and are joining me, say hi in the comments. Let me know how your day was. Started out a little overcast here, but then it got really nice and sunny. So hopefully it was nice where you were today and you got to get outside and enjoy the sunshine, because that's always fun. I don't know. I just always feel better, more awake, more happy, right, when the sun's out, rather than it all being rainy and bleh all the time. So I'm going to go ahead and start. If you are watching the replay, thanks for being here and thanks for watching it. Yeah. So as usual, I like to start by reading the Emotions and Essential Oils book. This is an awesome book. It goes through each one of the oils individually, the singles, and then it goes through all the blends. When you're looking up the blends, they are following the singles. And because they are the generic names, they're the generic names. So Passion, right, is our proprietary name, I guess. And then it's called the Inspiring Blend. So when you look up the blends in the back of here, you got to look at the generic names. Okay, but wintergreen is just the single oil. So wintergreen is the oil of surrender. It can assist strong-willed individuals in letting go of the need to know and the need to be right. It takes great internal strength to surrender to a higher power. Wintergreen imbues the soul with this strength and teaches how to let go and be free of the negativity and pain one holds on to. The belief that life is painful and must be shouldered alone makes it so. Wintergreen invites individuals to surrender these strong opinions. It reminds individuals that they do not have to do life on their own. There is a constant invitation to surrender one's burdens to a higher power. All that is required is to release and let go. Wintergreen teaches that one can turn their hardships over to that greater power than themselves, so that they do not have to carry the burden of life all alone. So the negative emotions that wintergreen can help with would be controlling, willful, needing to be right, burdened, excessive, and self-reliance. And the positive properties that can help bring about then would be surrender, relying on divine grace, non-attachment, teachable, and strengthened. And the companion oils that are suggested, and the companion oils are just the oils, if you didn't have wintergreen, that you could use these oils for the same purpose, would be sandalwood, oregano, frankincense, or arborvitae. The companion oils. All right, let me get my other notes up here. And if you notice that wintergreen has one of the bigger tops on it, this is my little whisper bottle, and see how it's got like the child-proof cap lock on it. That's because it smells like candy, right? And it is not an internal use oil. It is just for topical or aromatic use. It's great in the diffuser. One of my favorite diffuser blends with Wintergreen is equal amounts of Citrus Bliss. So like in my diffuser, I usually put 3 or 4 drops of Citrus Bliss and 3 or 4 drops of Wintergreen, and it smells like a root beer float. It smells super, super good. I really like it. You should try it. So let's see. Here's all my notes here. Wintergreen is harvested from the wintergreen plant, which is grown in the really mountainous regions of Nepal. And this is one of doTERRA's co-impact sourcing initiatives. It is one of the lowest yield essential oils, by the way. It is steam distilled from the leaves. I think I thought I had a sourcing video on wintergreen. I'll have to find that because I know that I have one. Let me look that up while I'm talking to you, and I can put it in the comments. I thought I put it in my notes. So let's see. We'll just search for it. That'll make it pop up faster. Nope. That one right there. I know I have one for wintergreen. Got a lot of videos. Not that one. There it is. There we go. There, I can put that in. Hey Mom, how are you tonight? There we go. There's the video for the wintergreen. Yes. So you guys can watch that later on if you want. Yeah. Sorry, I thought I had that in my notes. I didn't add it. So it is, like I said, it's steam distilled from the leaves. The main chemical component is methyl salicylate. It's a rare organic chemical component that is naturally found in only 2 plants in the world, and that would be wintergreen and birch, right? This component contains both soothing and renewing properties, and it's related to the chemical component that makes aspirin, and that's what makes it really nicely effective. Like I said, it can be used both aromatically and topically. It is not an internal use oil, and the way you tell that with doTERRA oils is if it has a supplemental fact label on it, and wintergreen only has the ingredient label. There is no supplemental fact label on it. So that's how you know that it's not to be used with a, it's not to be used internally because it doesn't have that on there. So it is most commonly used in lotions and creams. It is super ideal for massage. So if you go see a massage therapist, take this with you, have them add a drop or 2 while they are doing your massage. Super relaxing, just your muscles will love you. So yeah. The top properties of this are that it really helps to promote a healthy inflammatory response, and it's very soothing to your muscles, tendons, and your joints. It is found in our deep blue blend, right? So in the deep blue oil, the deep blue rub, because it's in that whole blend. And then it's also found in past tense, which is the tension blend. It's great to use in bath salts and to add to your bath, right? Because of those soothing properties. So you could do 1 to 2 drops of wintergreen in about a half or 1 cup of Epsom salts, mix those together, and then add them to the bath water. Helps reduce the appearance of blemishes on your skin. So you could do the same, you know, take the top, dab your finger on the top, and then if you've got a blemish that you want to help clear up faster, that would be a good way to use it. It's great to use for muscle cramps, for overstretched, overused muscles, joints and tendons. If you start a new workout program, if you went and, you know, weed whacked your entire yard and, oh my gosh, your muscles aren't used to that, that kind of thing. It's super helpful for soothing those muscles that are doing stuff that they don't normally do, right? It's also really good to mask strong odors. So think gym bag. I wish I would have had this when the kids were playing hockey because there is no smell like stinky hockey clothes, I have to say. There's nothing that matches that odor. But garbage can would be good, right? So you could add a couple drops to a cotton ball, either place it in that gym bag of yours or in the bottom of your garbage can, and then put, your regular bag on the top would work. If you have stinky, smelly shoes, right? Put a couple drops on the cotton balls and just put them in the toes of the shoes and leave them overnight. It is amazing how it will really take that odor out. Very good for your respiratory function also. So great one to diffuse for that. It does blend really good with marjoram. Marjoram's really good for pain also. And so it kind of goes along that soothing, right? Great with peppermint, spearmint, great with thyme, great with oregano, bergamot, basil, cypress, geranium, lavender, lemongrass, and ylang ylang. And between all of those, you can probably make quite a few different diffuser blends with it. So depending on why you're using wintergreen, whether it's for respiratory purposes or soothing muscle purposes or however, the reason that you're using it, there are substitutes that you could use if you didn't have wintergreen, and those would be white fir, Siberian fir, peppermint, spearmint, cypress, or birch essential oils. Safety with this one, you do want to dilute it when you use it topically. It's not really considered a hot oil, but anytime you use an oil topically, an essential oil topically, I would recommend that you dilute it just a little bit because typically if it's your joints and things, and that's kind of what this is for, you're going to be applying it in the same spot every time. You're just going to lessen any chance of skin sensitivity. You're going to make the absorption of the essential oil better. You're going to have less of that evaporation of the essential oil, and you can move it over a larger area by adding that carrier oil, right, that you're going to put the essential oil into. So, anytime you apply an essential oil topically, use a little bit of coconut oil, use a little bit of unscented lotion that you have, anything like that. It just really helps to have the oil not evaporate, so you're losing that part of it, right? And it also just makes it absorb better into your skin, so you get the benefit that you want, right? Let's see, safety also, it is not recommended for people that have a history of seizures or anyone with aspirin sensitivities due to that methyl salicylate, right, component. So it does, like I said, have that childproof cap on it because it smells like candy, and you don't want your kids to think that it is candy. And besides the fact that your oils should be up out of the way of your little ones so that they can't get into them. Let's see. It's great to help, and that's why it's in the past tense blend, but great to help relieve neck and shoulder and occasional head tension because it's just very soothing to that. I do have a manly diffuser blend that has 1 drop each of wintergreen, cypress, cedarwood, and white fir. And if you did not have white fir because doTERRA doesn't carry that any longer, you could certainly substitute, I'm going to write that in here, substitute Siberian fir because that's what we replaced it with. And that says 1 drop each. Depends on the size of your diffuser, right? Typically in a diffuser that you're going to have in your living room, you could probably do anywhere from, if it's a 300 milliliter diffuser, you're going to put about, 6 to 8 drops total, right? So there's how many? There's 1, 2, 3, there's 4 oils. So you could do 2 of each. You could probably get away with doing 3 of each. And then if you have that big 500 milliliter one, you can do up to like 15 drops total, 15, 16. But it's just equal amounts of all of those. Let's see, the other one that I have is a post-workout muscle rub, and that's going to have peppermint, white fir, wintergreen, and again, for that white fir, if you don't have that one, you can substitute Siberian fir. Spell it right. There we go. Super easy one to make if you run out of your deep blue, right? And then there's also a recipe for a tension relieving roller blend. So it's made in a 5 milliliter roller that has peppermint, lavender, and wintergreen. That would probably actually make a really good diffuser blend too. You got some tension going on in the house because people are frustrated with things. That might be a good one to throw in your diffuser. And that is pretty much what I have on Wintergreen. It's an awesome one to have in your arsenal because, you know, there's so many times when maybe you just need a bit more oomph to your deep blue or to your marjoram or whatever you're using for your pain relief kind of thing, and Wintergreen can really help. So that's about it. If you are watching the replay and you have used Wintergreen in some other recipe that you would like to share, please drop that in the comments, and then we can all try it out, because then we're all learning from each other. Next week, then, what are we up to next week? We are up to Ylang Ylang, which is a really nice one. So one of those floral oils, really good for women's hormones. Yeah, so that's all I have for tonight. I hope you guys have a great Wednesday evening. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next Wednesday, 8 o'clock.